if you having a bad day, like in any aspect, say you're an artist and you performed on stage, but nobody was really, um, they didn't know your songs, and when the next artist came on stage, they got more applause than you. Somebody in that crowd could have got inspired by you. Whole time you probably like, oh, nobody likes me, I have a bunch of hate comments, or whatever the case may be. That's an example. So it's like, regardless of what you're going through, you have to know, because what you believe in you bring to reality. So why not at least let it be positive? Why not at least let it be non-restrictive or fear-based, right? I created this saying maybe last year or longer than that. Anything that's negative is false. Keep that in mind. And a whole lot of time you're dealing with a community of followers. And I hate to say it, but that's just real, right? You're dealing with a community of people who follow trends and they're not as authentic. And some people have ego and pride and self-esteem issues to the point to where they won't even tell you how great you are, how much you've inspired them, or whatever the case may be. I remember being in an audience and I literally seen this happen to an artist. Literally the example I gave y'all. But I felt really moved by them and their performance because I grew up on stage. You know, I'm in the choir, I'm participating in different events in my school, honey. Theater, whatever it is, I'm on stage. And we were performing, we went to these places. That's how I was able to be on stage. And man, it was a beautiful experience. It was a beautiful thing. It was crazy because I kept messing up when I was trying to sing, so I thought I was going to be like horrible. But when I got in front of the crowd, in front of anybody, the vocals, they started hitting. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I had wanted to share that with you. I want to get started on a little reading. Maybe the cards will have some messages to tell us, because I know the main message the main message was, you know, anything that's negative is false. And if you're having a bad day, know that sometimes we don't see certain things. Like, whole time, like I said, somebody could be getting hate comments. Somebody is not being as recognized like others are. Whatever the case may be, whole time you've inspired somebody, right? Sometimes you just don't know everything. If you got replayed, if your life was replayed on a movie screen to you, or a TV screen to you, and all the things that you did not see or the things that was hidden be shown. That's a spiritual message right there. That's spiritual. I felt it in my soul. I felt it in my soul, honey. Somebody's energy is riled up, intense. What is the message here for the collective? Yeah, some of y'all, I'm telling you. Virgo energy. Ooh, there go that freaking high priestess coming out. Because I sure was about to call on the high priestess. I'm seeing the Four of Pentacles. It fell out on the floor in the reverse, but I seen it in upright first. So some of you guys could be budgeting, or you're being encouraged to save. Some of you guys are saving for like huge purchases or whatever the case may be. Maybe you're being smart when it comes to your direction. Maybe you're thinking, you're using logic, or just your intellect and your mental overall. Okay. Maybe your intuition is telling you to do this or whatever. Yeah, especially so you can stay ready, so that you don't have to get ready. All right. Some of y'all need to learn how to not have greed. That's probably why it turned out in the reverse. Some of you guys, like, materialism is here, lack of originality, possessiveness, obstacles. Oh, we were talking about that energy of because I'm over here reading the energy, because tarot is very broad. This message that I'm saying most definitely could still be significant for a select of you, if not all of you. But the main message that I was getting out earlier, and maybe that was just a message that needed to be said and then move on, right? But I feel like y'all carry sacred knowledge. Change is here. I'm seeing fluctuation, wisdom, sound judgment, common sense, awareness, intuition. This is the period that you're in. You're in this period, okay? So your spiritual team could be significant. You could carry high priestess energy, or like I said, this is the energy that you're in. This card also signifies water, the moon. Okay, the letters B and J could be significant. Yin, yang, black, white, you know. Trust your own counsel first. Okay, I feel like this is what you're learning, will be learning, or you're on this journey, right? Yeah, because you're getting these new ideas. You've been operating in the world, okay? There's both light and dark that may be attached to you. You may have some shadows that you need to love, nurture, okay, acknowledge, right? Heal. But I feel like your shadows is different than really like toxicity though. I'm not really getting it. I'm getting, oh, this is powerful. Yeah. I'm getting two different energies. Similar to like Gemini energy. All right, but anyways, the next major things that could be going on right now would be bondage, materialism, obsession, change, shadow, self-oppression, powerlessness. I'm telling you, don't remember what we was talking about earlier. You can't let the negative thoughts get into your head. You can't just get back. I'm telling you, trust your intuition, bruh. I understand it was a lot of traditions and things made before you came here, and there's a whole world that exists already with its own knowledge that was created, but you also too have your own knowledge. Shit, if you believe in past lives, you probably possibly was a pioneer in primordial times. Yes, I feel like life is what you make it, and I feel like you need to trust yourself as you're operating in the world, because the world is full of temptation and projection and trauma. You're filled with trauma, right? But it's like in the midst of this, with this high priestess energy, you're still able to make sound judgment, and you have wisdom. You're aware of things. So most of you guys know you're needing to do some shadow work. So go ahead and do that. Let some things go. Release some things. Get that off of you. Because I'm seeing something, some type of quick action. Yeah. You could be on this mission or journey of action, inspiration, energy, right? Changes, contribution, rebirth, truth, fairness, growth, groups, creativity, problem solving. That's what I'm saying. Like in the midst of all of this, with these major events that have been happening in your life as well, I feel like you've just been like, damn, life was giving you lemons, honey, and you knew what to do with it. And some of them lemons was very sour, but some of them was sweet, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I feel like probably some of y'all learned a few lessons when it came to finances or whatever the case may be. I feel like you learning how to be more strategic, starting over with experience, for sure. Confirm this devil energy. The Lovers. So this could tie to a relationship. Okay. Tell me more about the Lovers. What is this? Confirm them. Home, family, community, building on solid foundation, celebration, stability, rest, cleverness, beauty, romance, mirth, milestones, community. Maybe you reached some milestones for sure. Maybe this connection with a lover or something tying to commitments, major choices, whatever the case may be, love overall. It says you are only limited by what you believe is possible. What did I say? It says celebrate the love in your life. Be ready for the opportunity you've worked for. See, it's like some of these cards come out and they will probably like spook you. But I really felt this more different energy. That's what I'm saying. It's one thing and then there's the other thing. Just like if you think of the Two of Swords, two separate paths, two separate decisions, right? So with this devil energy, it could be, like I said, talking about shadows and all this other stuff, but I honestly feel like it wasn't, like how I was mentioning, your shadows aren't really toxic shadows, or because you're very tapped in. I don't even, child, it's